400% increased lifespan. Okay.
Yeah.
Calm yourself, guys.
Cooler, quieter. We got this. All right. Everybody that's here watching us today, this will be going. This segment of our 24-hour stream will be going up on YouTube, of course. We've got. This is the thing that we're starting with. It's a little chaotic in there. We'll sort it out. Most likely. Do you have all the OS?
Yeah, I've got the OS.
I'm sure going from that to this is going to need an OS.
Yeah. Got my corporate CD right here.
Oh. All right. Okay. We'll give you a quick run through of what we're going to be adding to this computer today. We've got AMD FX 8-core processor. This is the 8320 and the corresponding motherboard going with a 970. If you're doing this, building a new computer at home, it all depends on budget. With the 970, you do shave off a bit off your cost. Really, the biggest difference between 970 and 990 is going to be the whether or not you're going to be using SLI. If you're going to be using multiple graphics card, go with the 990. If you're good with one, stay with the 970. And then the beast. This is why we're only going with one video card for now. This is the GTX 960. This is EVGA's ACX 2.0. This is their super clocked, super cooled. Good way to go for a video card, especially if you're in a smaller form factor case. Can't forget the RAM. We're upgrading from a DDR2 board to a DDR3 board, and for that we're going to be using Team Group's Zeus RAM. The important part to know about this is if you look right up here, if we can get no glare on this for a second, the first timing number is 9. AMD processors like low timing over really buffing up the frequency. So even though this is only 1600 RAM, that low timing's really going to help out the AMD processor. All right. Let's get our tools and get started.
In the way. In the way, Jen.
Get started, Jen.
Get started, Jen. Yo. Hi, everyone.
All right.
I have a video on stream watching me drink a Monster.
Let's see about taking this apart. So I guess just start
unplugging stuff.
Start unplugging. Make sure we have good angle here. Sorry about the squeaking, people. Laptop webcams do squeak.
Eligible for the first one of the day, so I might as well play Joust. I'm really good at Joust. So. Let's see. What is that? I think it just got
Bugged up.
Can't reach up there.
out. I think it must be somebody I mastered, Brad.
Oh, it could be.
Because I finally got good enough with her that
Is that your game making that music?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's coming through the speakers.
Let's go ahead and pull
And
graphics
we were
card.
I can't tell if it's screwed in or not.
There's a screwdriver right there. And my tiny screwdriver is missing.
Moving it away from everybody so they can't see. Because I'm a dick. Don't drop screws. That's how you lose them.
Alright. Product tips from the nobles. Your butt. What? My ear hurts.
All right.
My power supply is a mess. Well, I don't want to tip it over and lose them or something.
Fair enough.
You have thinner hands than me, Chris?
What are you trying to get?
We can't get this one up top. Way up here.
Yeah, I see it. Let's see if we can get out of there. Otherwise, we may have to just pull the cooler first. Or with an oversized cooler. Yeah. May just be that we're going to be pulling the cooler before we pull that. Let's unplug this fan. Yep, because that is a spot that's too large for my hands. Let's see what we got. This can come up. This can come off. Pretty gentle with those, don't want to cause any damage here. Alright. This is a mess.
Yep.
Wire management is key for all of you watching. Because this, who knows what goes to what here. Alright, I would recommend actually, because you're not going to use it right now, I would just pull the board as is, and then once you pull the board, unplug it. So, time to drop it and pull the board.
Yep. And that's exactly why I took the hard drives out.
I wish I had some right. Just hang it up here and go straight down on you. That's what we'll invest in next. The mounting webcam that we can mount from the top.
Right.
Okay, this is pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
There's a screw in each corner. You just gotta make sure you take it out. Be gentle with it so that you don't damage the board, because the slightest crack can make it go to shit. Apparently mine has screws in the middle.
Yes.
The last one
Between
didn't.
6 and 9 screws, depending on the board.
Huh, that's weird. My other one only has 4. Has 1 in each corner.
Old boards.
Chris, can I have something to drink?
Nope.
What would you like?
I don't know.
You can have one of my Pepsis if you want, Jen.
She doesn't like cherry.
You don't like cherry?
She can't eat
Cough syrup.
or drink anything cherry.
That's like blasphemy.
You're blasphemous.
Cherry's so good. You can have one if you want, Chris. They're really good.
I should try to make some room for them. It's cold.
They're, instead of aspartame, they have sucrose or sucrose or...
Yeah, there's the new
Whatever.
ones, the new Pepsi ones.
Yeah, they're really good. I think this is the last one. Can't get that screw out. Stuck on something.
Alright, now that we're out, we can pull that relative ease at least. Yeah, it was not coming out while it was in there. Everything else you can leave plugged into it, and let's just pull it out. We'll find a... We'll take our new motherboard box. And we'll just have these here
Set it in there for now.
Alright. Now, there's, I suppose we should figure out this mess of cords. Fan cords everywhere. Those are good.
Buccaneer?
Put them through here to hold on to them while we're
Is it a
waiting.
pirate Neath?
Yeah,
There we
her
go.
name is Buccaneer. Not Buccaneer, Buccaneer. We got a Thor and a Hades and a Poseidon.
This is
That was on it.
my front light, my front LEDs, I think.
Yeah, those are fine. Those will make sense.
I'm just trying to untangle stuff.
Oh,
These
Your
are
USB.
more LEDs, I believe.
Well, it's all your front panel stuff, like your power button and all that stuff. This is the mess that's the mess. Let's
It's my USB.
remove zip tie.
The Hades.
Let's let everything loose so we can start from scratch here. For anybody watching, if you have the little bit extra funds, splurging for a modular power supply does make life a whole lot easier. Give you a lot more wire management capabilities. as you won't have quite so many wires. You just plug in the ones you need, and the rest of them stay in your box until you decide you need them or want them. Okay, so let's still have all those screws. Didn't lose any. Okay. Still have all those screws. We didn't lose any.
Our guy towered over.
They're all by the
Okay.
laptop.
Now, when putting in any new product, if you're worried about damaging it, the best thing you can do, you can get those static wrist wraps. You can also, any power outlets in your house, the screws in them are grounded. So just touch your hand to the screws on those power outlets and drain any of that residual static from your system.
I'll let you do that because I have socks on.
Don't wear socks on carpet. That's not a good idea.
Doesn't help.
If you're not wearing, if you're just barefoot on carpet, you're usually just fine. Rubber-soled shoes, obviously. Keep yourself grounded. What we need here before we start with this, getting ahead of ourselves, and this. Uninstall that.
Sure.
It will go with the audio, audio video ports down.
This way?
You go like that.
Like that.
Does it just sit there?
It pops into place. So you got to be a little bit forceful with these. They'll align them into place and they'll pop them in. It's a little too close. So there you go. So you can start with the corners and just poke them in, push them, and they should pop into place. Sometimes they aren't built quite perfectly. Also, cases sometimes aren't.
There we go.
Depends on the quality of both the board and the case on how well it fits, but that one snapped in pretty easily. This is a gigabyte board. It's good quality. Okay. So this one,
This one's freehand. I don't know. It feels like it's not. It feels like it's.
this one will actually have a 9th screw, which we
It's only got one lane.
don't have on the board. We don't need it right now.
All just for PvE.
This one has one more screw than the previous board, so we need to add a part.
I said-
Anytime you get a new case, it'll come loaded with parts. Keep them.
Yeah.
They always come in handy.
But on PC they have,
So we've got tons of extra parts.
and it's all kinds of fun stuff. Like one of them was Sun Gods. You had to play as either Ra or Apollo.
This one matches the right size as the other ones.
Ra and Apollo versus Ra and Apollo.
Might need a different screw to go in the top of it, but it matches the distance from the back plate.
Ra or Apollo. Your Ra has his ult.
Right. Oh, it's a tight fit here. But in a mid-size ATX case with a full-size board, it's always going to be a relatively tight fit. Let's make sure that there's nothing blocking it. Alright,
Oh,
perfect.
I lost sight of the guy I was trying to kill. Because he. Damn it. It's nice when, like, it's hard to play against people when they're good.
This case is really dusty,
It's nice to play against them when they're good, because then I get better.
but it's still a pain. We understand
it.
it.
Doing very well.
That's always a pain. Alright, so
Well, first kill was my teammate going in and tower diving for
best
no reason.
to start with a corner. It gives you a little bit of, just lock one in, start with a bottom or a top corner. Sometimes with, especially when they're newer, the top corners don't want to sit quite as nicely. You don't have to screw the screws in really tight, especially at this point. You can always tighten them down later. These aren't actually motherboard screws, but we're going to go with that. we can grab some better motherboard screws than what he had before. There we go. Grab some better motherboard screws. Wish I had a better screwdriver for this, but we'll go with it. Alright, sometimes the opposite corner is a good place to go after you get that first corner in. Gives you a little, holds things in place so you can start getting other screws in place. Again, don't screw them all the way in necessarily if you need to make adjustments. Sometimes they just need to be moved over slightly to adjust where the back plate has the screw holes. Sometimes they don't line up 100%. So just keep that in mind as you're going about this.
That alt side dough.
Somebody?
Yeah. Poseidon? No, the other one.
This one doesn't actually fit in this.
They have Hades and Poseidon, that's one other guy.
Or does it?
Yeah, I know. I was saying, and whoever the other guy is. We have a Poseidon,
it
and
works.
they have Poseidon. Ah, shit.
Sorry.
I love you, Brad. I like how you did that right as he jumped forward.
Yeah, duh.
So it was like, oh.
I'm trying to kill you. That fan is giant.
Oh. That was me not turning around. I should have just turned around. My problem is we have.
So the ones that he had in here don't actually match each other, which is unfortunate. All the screw mounts that you had in here aren't actually all the same.
The little ones are for the middle. The big ones
No,
are
the
corners.
screw mounts on the bottom. They should be
Oh,
uniform, but they are not. Unfortunately.
The big ones were in the corners.
Yeah,
The
these
little
ones
ones
are.
were all in the middle.
Totally just saved our raw.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get this back out. Actually, I made the screwdriver.
When did you become one of these? Well, I guess
There we go.
Open it all the way, did I?
Huh?
Dad
Not
attacks
open it all the way.
you,
Nope, I didn't open the video card on that. Let's see.
Yeah, he hasn't even looked at all this fancy stuff that came with the video card. I'm not sure what fancy stuff came with it, but
The fanciest of stuff. These are some heavy duty scissors.
Cutco scissors. There we are. We've got a good foundation here for these. Let's look at it.
Whoa, now.
He's throwing his stuff on the floor, guys.
Mm-hmm.
bitch. I should have been able to kill him had I not.
She's getting aggressive over there.
That was my
You guys hear her in the background? Let us got those screws. These screws should work.
How the heck?
Perfect. Make sure all these are now. Go through one more time and just give them all a final turn. Make sure they're tight.
Chris, door.
Okay. Sorry guys, give me just a second. I have to get the door. Guest appearance.
Oh, whoa!
Guest appearance, everybody.
Super guest appearance.
Straight from
Oh.
the middle of nowhere, Alaska.
Right? No.
Guest appearance is going to hide in the living room, though.
Guest appearance on Sunday.
Straight from the
What the
middle of
hell?
Alaska, or the edge of Alaska, really.
Oh no. That was unexpected.
I know.
Right?
few days.
We're like,
He's been pretending not to be here, and apparently just showed up at my front door. Right on the front door.
right?
It was kind of hugging the front door, so he could have been on the front door. You never know.
That's funny. Okay, have fun.
All right.
You're good.
Oh. All right. So at this point, we have the board safely installed. No wiggle anywhere. Looks good. All right.
Fix it.
What? Just because it has this on it?
I don't know how to take that off.
Repair scissors. It's just cloth.
I didn't know what it was.
It's just cloth. The EVGA tag. Alright, so we are going to... Now, some people would prefer that you install everything on the motherboard before you put it in the case. Modern motherboards, it really doesn't matter if you have something, if you have a cooling system that requires you to screw something to the back of the board, then that comes into play. A lot of the newer cases, doesn't look like this one, but a lot of the newer cases will actually have a cutout in the back, so it still doesn't matter. If you're worried about having your fingers not fitting, then go ahead and install outside of the case. A lot of people, the argument can be said both ways for either method. I personally just prefer to install everything once it's in the case. More secure, less static discharge. Just like that. So we will
So how long
start
have you
with the
been
new
here?
processor.
I came Friday. No, came. I left there Friday, so I came here Saturday.
Just came down to visit everybody.
We don't know yet.
Here's the processor.
No.
I had at least for William back for school.
How did I not kill him? Ugh, our team is so
Understandable.
terrible.
I played it all the way up to last night.
He kept it.
I didn't
He
know.
kept it under wraps.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
Chris
right?
might have known because I ran into Broger at a friend.
No, Roger didn't tell me.
I
And
told him
nobody
not.
said anything.
You told him not to.
I told him not to until Tuesday.
Alright, so the processor is seated. Just clip it down. It's really not a big deal. Let's see if we can get a overhead view of this. Sorry, the remote webcam's not nearly as good as far as quality goes. And I can't really read it from here. Order is... Alright. So if you see here, look, so we've got the processor installed. Really, it's you just seat it down, look for the little symbol in the corner. It matches the symbol on the board. And you just set it right in, push it down, easy. Now, wrong one. There we are. Back to the normal hand. Alright. For now, we're just going to use the stock fan. AVG's actually known for having pretty powerful stock fans. You see here, this is not your normal everyday plastic fan.
Yeah, that's pretty
You've
good.
got quite a bit of polish on there, you could say. Commentary from the Peanut Gallery. Alright. So we'll just seat it right in there. The AMD fans are relatively easy to install. You got a clip on each side that match the mount on the board. A little bit of pressure down. And it's just got a little, basically a little latch that you roll over and boom, it's in place, locked down. We'll plug that fan in. All the way. Alright, so let's take a look at where we're at now.
God, Hades is fucking OP. It just doesn't matter where
There we
I'm
are.
at or how full I am. He just fucking kills me.
Looks a little prettier than the old huge fan. And I'm guessing that we'll probably get pretty much the same cooling out of it. At least this one's clean. Throw screws on the ground. All our extra screws that we don't need right now. Let's move on to RAM. That's another easy one that we can do while the case is still wide open with nothing really in it walking.
Good job. Coming. Don't run. Run, run, run.
Let's just say they bring these. That was kind of like final.
Like the teachers?
Alright, now when installing RAM, pretty much a universal rule is you want if you're only using 2 sticks of RAM, you want them in the same channel basically. So we're going to seat one here.
Isn't it if it has like 4, you want it like 1 and 2 or 1 and 3? Yeah.
Right, this board's very nice to new users because it's actually labels them 1 and 2 for the ones that you want to use, instead of labeling it 1, 2, 3, 4 and you having to know that you need 1 and 3 and not 1 and 2. This one labels them 1, 3, 2, 4. So should be relatively straightforward. Boom, clicks right in. You don't want to put if you're having any trouble, if it doesn't seem to want to click in, pull it back out and try again. You don't want to put too much pressure on the board. But like you just saw, I didn't have to put an excessive amount of pressure. The board was just fine. The beast. Here's the card. We're gonna see if it how well it fits in this case. It looks like it's got clearance. So start getting it seated. Alright, so you just want to get it so it clicks right into place. And then we need to get the screws. This is where you step in, Brad.
What are we doing? Putting the screw
You're
in?
gonna screw this, lock it in.
Where did the screw go?
Which screws were you using for that? There's this one.
Yep, that one.
I like
Okay,
it
we'll probably need
because
a
the,
second
like,
screw as well.
base is, like,
You mean-
back
So go ahead and
to
start
this.
with the
Screwdriver.
screwdriver.
So they have a Phoenix and a Titan as their like.
So
back
start it with
bases,
this
their
one right
base
here.
and their core, right?
The bottom
And
one.
those
Yep,
can
the one that has a
only
sealed
take
screw.
damage from basic attacks. So it's not quite as cheaty. It feels like.
All right, and then we're gonna add a second screw.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you grab the bag that has the same screws?
Try to do
Looks
that.
like those ones. Yeah, grab one of those.
That's, yeah.
I put together a lot of computers and I've got a lot of screws.
Okay. Oh, I shouldn't have gone in there.
Probably airplane.
So one right there. It's just going to further solidify where it's locked in place and keep it from any motion, hopefully keep it from any warping, stuff like that.
Oh. Love trigger and I just use my consumable. That makes sense.
Oh, right.
You're doing-
I don't really need
I'm just ignoring it.
any of the other pieces. All right.
I don't have
So let's get the main
a
power
camera
stuff.
on this, so it's really funny. I liked it though, Jason. I appreciated it. Jason's looking out for me.
All right. So with this one, we're pretty much going to have to go over the card. I can have a lot of clearance around the card. We might be able to get around. We'll start with over. This is a 20 plus 4 pin board, so it's 24 pin.
Oh, yeah.
Lock in. Which most power supplies, most modern power supplies are going to come with that. So you shouldn't have too much trouble. Do pay attention if you're using a used power supply or an older power supply. Make sure that you have the space for it. Oh, this one's got lots of legroom. It's just,
It's like
we will probably set it right here and try to maybe zip tie it or something to the side of the case to just get a little bit more wire management. All right, we got all these wires coming in. This case is a little different than a lot that I see. You've got these coming off the board instead of being side plugs like a lot of cases. And then your front panel is way over here in the corner instead of in this corner where it would typically be. So we'll just have to make sure we see where everything is before we start plug and play.
to
No.
stream.
Alright, so
Yeah,
these
so all my camera view on
can
this one,
actually,
so-
instead of coming in way over
I haven't
here,
found any others, so I'm
you
just-
zip them across to the bottom over there and
So if I had
Have
to play
them.
one when it wasn't hot, this is because it's different.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how I
zip
feel.
it all the way
too.
down to the bottom here so it's not overlapping as much. We'll set it right there.
Because
It's like
it also
bound.
has
Let Brad plug that in
auto-build
here in a minute.
systems, so even though it has this stupid item shop
If you're
and
not
stuff,
sure what plugs in where, your motherboard will almost always have a detailed description for you. Manuals are your friend. If you're not sure what to do, look at the manual. You can look online, but you're going to be comparing hundreds of different motherboards together. The one for your motherboard is right here in your hands. Just use it. Do you know where each plug goes?
Nope.
Oh, there you go.
I need my teammates not to be dead.
A lot of fan cable. He's got a lot of case cooling in this case, which is not a bad thing. It's never a bad thing.
Is your power supply there?
At the bottom might not be the right version, but it's okay.
Brad, is your power supply there?
Right?
It is dusty.
It is a dusty case. We might take this outside and blow it out before we kick it up with all these new parts. All right. USB, USB, USB. Oh, look at all that stuff. this right here. Actually, I was wrong. That's the audio. The other one's way up here. I didn't even see it. And this one's color-coded, makes it really easy, has all the descriptions right on the side. I wasn't paying close enough attention. So these are going to be really, really easy to wire manage. This one, we'll see if it can reach from here. It may have to go in that side panel and come up around. Yeah. It's going to have to come in here. See if we can loosen it from other wires on the back.
Oh, run. Got me some minions.
Yeah, I thought it would have been really weird if it was in that corner, because I'd never seen that before. And I just had a wire in front of me, and I couldn't see the one right here on the side of the board.
Right,
So we're looking
probably.
right here.
Ooh, wow.
We've got the hard drive LED, which is the first one.
The Phoenix is respawned too.
Pull through
That's
here.
cool.
And like I said, if you look on the side, this one will actually say
So if you manage
If
to
you
like,
push and then
yeah,
fail for a while,
Plus
then
minus.
then you get,
have to push.
There you are.
yeah.
There's usually a little arrow
I
on
am
the
not
plus side.
reading you guys. Sorry, give me a second.
That one should plug in right there. Now these, if you don't plug them in right, it's not the end of the world. Like the power and the reset ones, if you don't plug them in right, guess what? The buttons just won't work. It's not that you will hurt anything. They just won't work. So you don't be too nervous about it. What is this one? Reset switch. The positive goes somewhere. Actually, a little interesting there. Then we've got this one should be the power. There we are, power switch. And the power switch is right above the reset switch, but the opposite direction. Plus and minus. Oh, those are all plugged in. We will pull them back here so we can wire manage them on the back side of the case. And they're there, out of the way, nice and clean. This is the. Do you have a top fan controller? Or?
I don't think I have a fan controller at all.
Oh, this is just the
fan.
power, or this is just
They're
the.
technically better than we are, but they aren't ours.
This is just an LED. It's just these lights right here.
Oh, okay.
That's all this is. Fan. Alright, so we got USB 3.0, I'm guessing. There we are. USB 3.0 is down here at the bottom. Let's see if we can fit this one through the bottom. See if it'll reach.
You're really tan.
We learn where they haven't learned yet.
There we go. Oh, clicks right in. Easy peasy.
So fat.
Here's a USB for the front. It really doesn't matter where you plug it in.
I brought some Diet Cherry Coke.
One of my ideas was, hey, I'll call in
Here we go.
Domino or whatever.
GG!
I'll call in.
Where did Brad leave? He's behind his computer.
And then
Brad,
show up.
Yes, purpose to see you. Is it, where are you at?
I'm right here.
There you go. There he is. Next to Cat. Hi.
Yep.
Hi, King
I'm
Jaguar.
waiting to watch
I know,
it.
GG, right? You should know what that dude.
Yeah, you can see it over across the room. We've got the stream up. And you can see it 15 seconds later. It's great.
It's really funny.
Alright, so let's move to plugging in the motherboard. 8-pin connector up here. a lot of
Oh yeah, I brought wild cherry Pepsi if you want that instead.
No, our same.
How'd I do?
Oh.
boards.
You want a citrusy?
Ah, there we are.
And go get stuff too.
Trying to find our 8-pin. This power supply only has 2
I was just
8-pin
curious.
connectors. There we
Yeah,
are.
our Poseidon was care, I guess. A little bit. Just a little bit. Our Ross.
They zoom best.
I can't see if it's
Park.
one way or the other.
I think it goes the other way. Oh no, you had it right.
Right?
This is correct.
Yeah.
Just slide it
That's
right
good
in.
to know.
Boom! Click. In place.
Hi, Asgard.
Is Biggles still playing?
And it's actually good. You can use this cord to kind of hold the fan cord in place. Just so you don't have to worry about it moving around, maybe clicking against things. Usually these cords will sit right like that and they won't move.
Sometimes
But if
over
you're-
time though.
If you're worried about it, just take a little
Yeah,
tiny
more
zip tie, tie them together, keeps them both in place, keeps them from moving around.
Biggles is back.
Especially as you add more things to your case and have more and more wires in there, zip ties will be your friend. Now you can see motherboard, or the video card here, is also an 8-pin connector. You'll see a lot of power supplies that come with this. It's a 6-pin with a little
You better come up here. You have 24
2
hours
pin
to
on
get
the side.
this card.
These can be a real pain to really get seated. This one, however, looks like it's got a nice little locking feature. Not all of them do. It's not something you necessarily want to go out of your way to look for in a power supply to see if they have that locking feature, because you can do it just fine. It's very handy to have. Alright, so now we've got another wire just sitting around, but we'll clean these up later. Looks like that's all we're plugging power into, so we've got this last 6-pin that we're just going to kind of fold up and sit here at the bottom for now until we get some ties in here to clean it up. And he does have a fan here at the bottom, so we want to be careful about where we put this towards the end of our build.
Gotta go to the gym. Here, S-card. This like a workout.
The explosions.
Yeah, just let me or whatever the. Run from the police. Pretend the police are fixing.
Not police yet.
He's
Oh,
in
right.
here in like 10 minutes.
Right?
Alright, so all we're got now, we got the 2 different hard drives that we have to reinstall. We're going to get some power and whatnot running to the CD drive, and then hook up all these fans, and we're good to go. So, let's start with things that we need to get plugged into the motherboard, which are going to be the hard drives and the CD drive.
I need to go
What do we got here?
to
Leftover
all of the
cords that we pulled out of the last one, which will be just fine for this one.
get a free god. You get a free skin, but you also get the god for free.
Often with a new motherboard, you will actually get,
Yeah, it came with 2.
Did you say
New
Jason's
cables.
there?
actually came with 4, so let's just use the
Did
new
it come with
ones.
4?
Yeah, I read
Doesn't hurt to use new product.
That's kind of what I was assuming.
Just in case there are any hiccups with the old ones.
Did you not watch? Are you not watching Chris's stream? Okay. Yes, I am.
Open these up.
That's how you go off of. I really like these. I'm actually pretty good at it.
Alright.
I've
So
already got-
usually what they come with is 4, and 2 of each style.
Oh, wait, what's on?
So you got 2 different styles that'll come, one with the little L mount and one with straight.
No,
They both have straight on the opposite side because for plugging into the board. So this one, just plug in right there, will be easy. Let's get power to it first because that's further back in the case. What do you have right now for wiring? It looks like you've got 2 back here for the 2 hard drives. Is that what these are for?
Probably.
Alright, so then we need one from the front. There we are. Need one of these. This one right here. Let's untangle it from the rest of these wires. Put that over there. Alright. I will say it again. Modular power supplies are your friend. They make life quite a bit easier. So let's just do it this way. Use this one.
Tell everyone to say hi over Chris's stream. Everyone say hi over Chris's stream.
Hello, everybody.
We have to do it over.
Hi, over Chris's stream.
Hi, Mexicant.
Go say hi to Mexican.
Hi, King.
Switch it to can't DPS heal or tank.
Oh.
Sorry I missed you guys when you first got here. All right.
Oh, just the skip for the stalker. I don't know what's happening to my.
There's the one I was using.
It, like, went
We'll
loading
just hook
screen
this
and
in
now
right
it's
here.
Sure started.
Plugs right in
Maybe
relatively
I
easily.
have to,
Just
guys.
click
I
right into
have to
place.
be a little-
It would have done something.
We'll worry about plugging it into the board here in a second. This is
Maybe there's
a lot of wires in here for this tiny case.
Settings. I don't have to connect to-
700.
Let's bring this one out a little bit because it doesn't need.
4, I think.
Pennies.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know it did.
I think he only had like 450 in
Oh,
upgrades total.
shoot, what happened? I freaked it out. I freaked
Oh,
myself out
right.
more than anything.
Bring that over there. Okay, now we've got this. 7, 3 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this one doesn't need to be high on the list. This one, rather low.
Oh! That's cool.
This one at the end. It's the CD drive. Not high on the list of importance. All right, Brad, you want to reinstall your hard drives? Then you're pretty much good.
That's cool. Okay, now how do I undo what I
Hard
messed
drives.
up? Brad, I figured out how to unsnap it. Unsnap
Good job.
Twitch, bro. There it goes. I think I just have to read off the Twitch. I figured out how to get rid of it, Brad. So, now you know.
Pull out a couple more.
This one is my OS.
Okay. I don't know where you had it installed in your case, but you are free to reinstall.
Not here, but I don't have any other trays for it.
Ah.
So it was just kind of chilling there.
Alright, so why don't we hook that one up to it, plug that into, or no, use this one for it.
I know, right?
Use that one for it, use this one for your one that mounts
Well,
in,
I guess
because it's got less space maneuverability.
I could
USB
probably be able to watch it.
And then just feed the
I'm too lazy right now.
cord through.
Oh, 'cause you get one.
Yeah, 'cause I
We're
know
almost to
online,
wire
but
management.
I don't
That's
wanna undo it
exciting.
just for when, once they finish building the computer, we'll just like, we'll probably play computer games.
This is OS, so this one needs to go on the first slot. Put this one in 0.
Until I reset my Xbox One, so we'll be back.
Almost there. Yes, I think we're going to start by testing it out on Arc.
Is that? Tell me you're not. Don't lie. Don't lie to me.
There's
Kids are young.
still a monstrosity in here.
I figured through those holes was probably best.
How's that sitting? Okay, well if it doesn't have a tray, let's do a different cord.
Remember to switch the two?
Let's use the other.
But I'm not
Use this
there.
cord. Plug that in.
Remember that, Chris?
Hmm?
Man, if I was there, I'd try this, and this game.
Oh. I understand now. It makes so much more sense. Our troll visit from Alaska told me all the games that he would play on a 24-hour stream. He didn't tell us that he was actually going to be here for the 24-hour stream. So we pull this through, pull this back out, feed me a new one. Alright. We'll plug this one in, and then everything is hooked up. Pretty much good to go. Now we just got to do, like I said, do some housekeeping here. Get our fans plugged in and be good to go.
I gotta get power to these, but
Yeah. While he's powering those up, we'll see what we got for fan spots. We've got 1, 2. What have we got under here? 3 onboard fan slots that I can see at this point.
there's a fan back here.
Right. What's the distance on that?
Nothing.
And it's just plugged into.
This guy.
Oh wait, this came from up top. All right.
What I wouldn't do to go back here.
Right?
Okay, so these. Use this. This one will bring back through. Call this System Fan 1. It's a good fan to be System Fan. Plug it in right here. Plugs right in. And we'll probably attach that to that. Yeah. Everything else plugged in. I'll bring these over here. Zip tie those to that.
Just based on.
How many?
Fighting system.
Because we have a fan there, let's not have this like it was.
And just basically took a Sharpie and wrote it in your mouth. And never had recited.
Never had a reciter, so it's illegal.
That was the start of it all.
All right.
I was told I'm Mexican that I'm like cute.
I know.
All right. Okay. There should be a baggie of zip ties. Aha. Baggie of zip ties. Very important parts. I would give it that long. What was that, Blake? Just because there'll probably be updates we have to do to the system, so we'll maybe be streaming something else in the meantime while the system does its updates, just to get the system up and running completely. Okay, one zip tie in. These will probably all come right about here. We can zip tie them just like that. And then keep everything up off of this fan.
Did you win that last game?
Yeah, barely. We shouldn't have, but we did.
Okay, let's see what we got here. More fan plugs. Let's see, we got more systems.
I used to do this job. Next one.
This one doesn't quite reach the system fan, it looks like. We'll see if we can get it to reach, but I don't think we can. We'll try though. Is this reach? It might. Is it shorter or longer if we go through here?
Woohoo! Oh, hello.
Sure. Gotta backtrack there. New thread. I need to get you some more hard drive mounts.
What's up?
So we need to get you some more hard drive mounts.
Yeah. It just doesn't have the guts for it.
Yeah, it doesn't quite reach. Not a very smart fan design to put a fan in that has no cord. But that's okay. We got lots of parts to make up for it.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
No, you're fine.
A lot of parts here.
I don't know. I did okay. played one game of Arena earlier. And
Where?
then,
Put that up.
they... I don't know how I feel about Arena. I'm not sure.
Plug that in.
Oh, for like actual
Actually,
characters, like in mastery, not like
skip
becoming
this.
good at them. But yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
This one can go
I
plug
can
into an
understand
actual
that. I
location.
thought that is me not remembering that mastery is a thing in this game, and so I'm like, I'm not mastering the character. I'm really not getting any better at it, really. I'm getting big better at
Plug
it.
button should go, but that's okay. It would work there.
We played a game of Joust where we should have won.
Okay, and then we've got one more plug, which we'll plug this bottom one into.
With the other.
Another system fan right here. There's only 3 pieces. Plug
Do
that
it.
right here.
Do it.
There's only 2
Do
pin
it,
plug in
Emma.
the system. Alright. Doesn't quite fit in the
I
system
knew
fan
it
cell.
too. It didn't have to work. Oh, bye, Savage.
Alright, so now we've got to figure out how to get all this to not make a big mess in this case. So we'll start with take it out for a walk first. That's one suggestion. Let's go with a little bit bigger zip tie here.
I don't know anyone's
start
names
this one.
or, like, anything else. Oh.
Pull it up first.
There we go. Get these seated here.
Is it either or restarts?
Yes. Tell. Okay, 1 second.
Okay, and then we'll deal with these.
Tell Chris to tell Black State how the ARC server is going to work with viewers.
I am not the server admin. I cannot say 100%.
I do. Oh, how do I do this?
We have not decided yet on how the
Hold to launch.
private server will work with viewers.
Okay. And how do I just accept? That's what I heard can accept. Okay, I didn't have to do anything. I don't have to do a joust. I'm just really good at joust. Let's rephrase this. Yay!
Oops.
Jousty joust.
Backwards.
Hey, quit breaking stuff.
I like joust.
And backwards, actually.
It was actually nice because last game we played against a pretty okay Hades. I
The
mean,
chair moved.
he wrecked my face for the first half of the game, and then I realized what he was doing, and then.
I really don't like this fan being here, but that's okay. With a non-modular power supply, that's not usually a place to put a fan, but that's okay.
Oh, nothing else is going to be back here. Give me that.
I'd say we could tie it off there.
Or maybe
There's more tying it together.
Totally fine. So what's your
And
favorite?
these
I usually play here.
hard drive bays are great places for
I
wires.
play with a few of my friends who are a lot better than I am. So I'm used to having to upplay.
Course of action.
This is the only character I know how to play, by the way. So.
We could also bring it all the way over there.
Okay. I'm like,
Don't pull it out.
this is the
Out.
only
I'm
one
just trying to
where I
get it stuck there.
At all, so
I don't want it
that's why I just
too close to that thing. Just put it right here. So many wires.
Yeah,
So many wires in so many
it's a lot
places.
better this time. Like I was saying.
I was looking at a modular power supply, but they were out of them.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, so let's do this.
And they weren't going to have another one for like 3 weeks at least.
That's rough.
So I needed to get one right then, and I got this one.
Fair enough. You go with what you get.
You could always put it in upside down.
Someone you won't totally die. Also,
'Cause the
if
computer
you have to
would be
carry
dead.
me.
It wouldn't matter
Yeah.
because the whole computer would
If
die.
you have
Yeah,
to
pretty
carry
much.
me, then somebody you could carry is a
have your computer hanging from the ceiling?
Draft.
I have
Are we making fun of Robert again?
I have auto buy.
Are we ever not making fun of Robert?
I guess.
Is that a thing?
Good point.
We've kept cords off the fan. That was really the what we were aiming for there, and this does not look like what it should be.
What?
That's what I thought it was Kellen.
Kellen's the one who won't turn his the other way. Robert's the one who put it that way.
Yeah.
Kellen won't turn it around because he doesn't believe Robert.
Oh, hold on. How do I get
So Robert moved up on the list.
Why won't it let me?
Oddly enough, I think that may be an accurate statement.
You have to do it before the game? I thought you can do it in the game.
I don't think it's a good thing.
Auto pitch is on. Press Y to toggle off. There we go.
Plug that in.
I think it already started with boots. It already bought me boots. Yeah. Because I didn't start the game with it, but it just auto bought boots
I was gonna put it
How big is your
and
solid state?
It's
some type of necklace.
Just a tiny one.
Missing
Enough to do it.
enough for
regen
like
mana necklace.
OS.
OS and one game.
OS in a game.
Yeah. I put my OS on it, and then I put Diablo 3 on it because
that the
Diablo 3
blue
is another game
X or
that's
whatever?
very poorly optimized.
The blue little necklacey thing.
This not being
Yes.
in place
Yeah,
is
see?
really,
You just-
really rough.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you
the
go.
solid state.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, it didn't come with any of the base
Like,
locks.
wait.
They don't.
Yes, you can have it. I
So-
don't
Well,
want
the case is supposed to.
It's not quite solid, no?
The drive is.
I don't know. I can tell you, move the computer around.
Right. Where's your side panels for your computer?
In my bedroom. I'll put them on when I get home.
Oh, I
You live
forgot I'm like, oh no.
Everybody else lives
I'm
in
normal right now. So
Right.
I'm right now.
Everybody moves into Brad's house.
I'm
Brad
down.
moves into mine.
I'm down.
Yeah.
That's why I
Because
was
Can I leave Sabrina behind?
Because I'm a
like,
jerk.
Brad, you get room.
Because I'm a jerk. Oh,
Zip tie these,
yeah, please don't.
and we should be good to go.
You walk through tower? You walk through tower, okay.
I'll just build off of that.
Good. Cool.
That's fine.
Yeah, looks like it hurt a little
Got
bit.
plenty of
Okay.
space for it.
Scissors.
I really don't mind.
Now we can go through
Gosh,
and
it's
clean up
actually
these zip
slow.
ties
I
a little
hate
bit.
this. Yeah, I don't know how to turn off auto upgrade.
Oh my god, he just cut the wire.
Oh no! The
Okay.
computer explodes.
As much as I...
No, it's over 50.
Okay. Well, I heard you say that, and I was like, wait. Because they'll actually come from the sides,
There we go.
not
Boom.
actually come.
Over 9,000?
I just started doing...
I love how you're putting that in and the bottom.
Well, I'm not open.
It just looks open because it's got a little paper thing. Alright, so here's the computer. It looks not amazing,
Oh, that
Better than
wasn't
it did.
trying
but
to be archer,
quite a
so
bit better than what we started with as far as wire management. As far as products inside, it looks amazing. We've got a quality board, we've got a quality processor, upgrading from a
No.
old
understand why.
Intel i7, like one of the first i7s to ever come out.
One, and I don't know why. Probably just because.
That's should be quite a bit of a power boost just from going to a newer product.
You're...
Whether you're Intel or AMD
I was
fan,
like, why did you go
age
there?
does matter.
Just keep it over 50.
Oh,
Oops,
the
I dropped it again.
circle that falls on the ground?
Oh, lost it. Tie this straight off to the back of the case just to hold it in place.
Alright.
There we are.
Okay. Sounds good. Ha! I hit her.
We're all set. That should be fine. Put
I
a
just wanted
once
to
you put
make
the
sure,
side
yeah.
panel on, it'll.
I just wanted to make sure.
All right.
Aim for my what?
So
The
now
X.
you get to do all your fun
From my black flip?
programming stuff,
Wait, what? Sorry.
Sounds fun.
and we will figure out
Oh,
something
yeah.
to keep everybody entertained in the meantime.
Oh, yes. It gets into a big circle and it, yeah, that thing.
Oh, down.
The hoedown.
Okay. Okay. That's a preemptive. Yeah. It's setting up yourself better. Oh shit. That's me going. I missed. There it is. Oh, I missed it. Aha!
I like that. I
did.
missed.
I know, I was like, oh wait. I tried to move. I'm bad at my A. My A is like the
Face
worst.
laptop at 10
Oh!
while she's playing.
Can I please? I need that. Oh,
Right.
I forgot I have my ult. Where's the ult of them? That's not right, guys.
We got Protogirl
There's an
streaming
ult.
Smite in the background.
Oh,
Everybody can hear her
scary
clearly, I'm
cow.
sure.
Hey, I'd just like to state,
I heard you from a
I
lot.
didn't die. Oh, I need to buy stuff. Okay, what do I buy?
Alright.
Stuff.
Since I actually
You
have
just
to buy
said that
now.
you needed to buy. Stop!
Yeah, Jen.
Finish off my boots. So how do I do that? So I go to my boot and then it
Go with your
pops,
stuff.
it pops it over. And
Alright.
warrior tubby. Okay.
Ancient Logitech game now.
Hey. What works, works.
I've had to repair it 4 times.
Boots.
The solder broke, so I had to
Some
pull it apart and
necklace-y
redo the
thing.
solder on
What's the weird? Is it-
laser.
Alright.
Tell me any of the names.
Don't go anywhere, we're just going to start the stream real quick.